for my comic book heads, I'm about to take you back to the 1970s, right? This was a comic that came out when I was a kid, and it was a supersized comic. Like it might have been, I mean, it was, I don't know, 15, 17 inches tall. Like it was a supersized comic. And as a black male, a boy in the 1970s, my hero, one of several, but definitely one of my biggest heroes was Muhammad Ali. I even had like a 13-inch Muhammad Ali doll. I loved Ali, man. And so I also watched cartoons as anybody else. I watched Superman and so on and so forth, and I enjoyed Superman as a character. Never processed in my mind these two in the same universe at all. So then something interesting happened. This came out, and even as a kid, it knocked me on my behind because it brought two heroes that I had into the same space, and showed me what I would have thought impossible, right? Muhammad Ali knocked out Superman. Blew my mind, right? What I found out much later was that in doing this comic, the Nation of Islam sat down with DC Comics because they were concerned about the representation of Ali and by extension, black men. So in this particular story, they took away Superman. You actually see Muhammad Ali and Superman. I think they were walking around Harlem, I think it was. And, Ali was signing autographs or whatever. They get together and start talking. Then they're whisked off to an alien world and forced to fight. I think they had to represent Earth. Artisan knows this better than I do because I haven't read it in a while. But anyway, they took away Superman's powers and put him in the ring with Ali. And one person could represent Earth. So they had to actually fight it out. And then from there, the winner would take on this alien menace in the ring. And Ali kicked the crap out of him. And I was blown away seeing this, right? Very interesting thing. Why does this come to mind? Well, aside from me being an unapologetic geek, here's another couple clips there. If you didn't see it, interesting. You know what this does to a black boy? Like, it's just like, what? Anyway, something came out about a week and a half ago, I think it was. Appreciate the support, Barry. So a new film came out, animated piece called Batman: Soul of the Dragon, and basically this is a Batman movie, which is kind of set in the aesthetics of the 70s, right? So if you remember the comics, everything from his costume to afros and bell bottoms, it's all kind of set with a 70s feel to it, right? And so in it, you get to see a young Bruce Wayne, right, training, learning the martial arts. Because if you don't remember the story of Bruce Wayne, Batman, he actually, as a young man, after seeing his parents killed, decides to go all around the world learning from the most elite masters in a variety of things, from everything from martial arts to lock picking. He goes all around the world to train himself to become the perfect warrior, detective, so on and so forth. What's up, BGS? Got BGS here, Art of Ibmore here. Good to see y'all here. So in one of his ventures, when he goes to learn, another level of Kung Fu from a particular master, he comes into contact with a character who would become Bronze Tiger, which is, is a known character in DC Comics. But the character was actually played by Michael Jai White. So again, it's an animated piece, but still. I see you, Artisan. And in this piece, Bruce Wayne got the ass kicking that I never thought I would see him get in all my lifetime. Thank you, Shadow Dog. And it was hilarious because, Michael Jai White is right there voicing it. And it was ridiculous, man. It was as bad as what I just showed you with Clark Kent in the ring with Muhammad Ali. It was that bad. And there was no point in the film where even later, because this was obviously set in the past. So when they come to the present, they didn't refight and Batman win. No, not at all. That was just an L that he had to keep. And so it was funny to me that from Superman to Batman, the two elite superheroes, you have this record of black male characters who actually, were able to dominate. But, you really didn't see a whole lot after that, for either one of them. as far as comics were concerned. But beautiful moment. So for those of you with sons, you might want to share some of this with them, just because I found it, mind blowing and inspirational as a child to know that there were even black males that had a martial arts background, let alone a level of mastery. I mean, that wasn't something I came into direct contact with until early 2000s. I trained in Sanukas Ryu for a while. I did Gracie Jiu Jitsu in the early 90s when that first hit LA. But then I did some training in Sanukas Ryu Jiu Jitsu early 2000. Shout out to Professor Urban Muhammad. But I found out this legacy of black martial artists that were incredible and still are, but they don't get a whole lot of acknowledgement. So, oh, Brian, you said Jai White plays Bronze Tiger in one of the DC live action shows too? All right, let me know which one that is, because I hadn't seen that. Bronze Tiger and Lady Shiva are the best fighters, right? Lady Shiva was there. She was in the story too, John, if you hadn't seen it. But anyway, yeah, check that out. And if you haven't, connect your sons with this legacy of black martial artists, right? This martial tradition is powerful. So go ahead and check it out. These brothers have been doing work for decades, but they don't get the kind of press that others do. So not only in the comics, but also in reality. These brothers have been incredible for a long time. So go check them out, support them, take your sons in to learn. And if you're not in an area where you can directly access it, at least support them online, research them, find out more about them. Because there's actually a long legacy of black martial artists who've been doing some incredible work and have never really gotten the press that they deserve. So when you look at the 70s blaxploitation flicks, kind of Jim Kelly kind of represented that era. And for a lot of us, that was our first real introduction to black martial arts. But, there's a lot more. So delve into it and check it out and support those brothers. All right.